Folks, welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to go over another scale pattern, scale practice technique. This one I call 3 forward, 1 back. Okay, this can be applied to various different things. So once again, we're going to start with just the minor pentatonic scale, and now we're going to be in the key of A. And I do encourage you to play these scales in different keys. So that would be A, B, wherever your first finger is where the note, the name of the scale is. So if that's a B note, this is a B minor pentatonic. C minor pentatonic. G sharp, A flat minor pentatonic. Sounds kind of weird. Another good one is F sharp. Because you got that low E note. You know, as it's the lowest string you can go, and it actually sounds really good within the scale. But this one is 3 forward, 1 back. What do I mean by that? Well, you can do that a few different ways, as I said earlier. First, we're going to focus on 3 strings forward, 1 string back. Okay, I emphasize the word string because later on we'll be emphasizing something different. So let's try this. We're going to go up the scale pattern, the scale shape, 3 strings. And this is very important that you play this down up, okay? I always try to play strings and scale patterns and things like that with down up strokes. That really helps in the long run if you're into alternate picking. Now, people that do economy picking, I don't know how they get around some issues that I have found that economy picking just does not seem to work for. But I prefer alternate picking, and a lot of players prefer alternate picking. It just seems more natural to me, at least. So we're going to go 3 strings up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Now, you could combine this with the previous lesson that I released, which is the forward, backward, high, low, high technique. So if I went 3 strings forward, using from the highest to the lowest note, okay, I could still do that with this technique. But we're going to stick with the normal way of doing it, which is the low to high ascending, high to low descending. 3 strings, 1 back. I'm going to start with the lowest note there. Okay, so I'm going 3 from that position. So 3 forward, 1 back, 3 forward, 1 back, 3 forward, 1 back, 3 forward. And it's important to end on the root note, so that's fine if you end there. A lot of people play to the very last note, but the root note is there. That's where we want to play that. The root notes for the minor pentatonic scale shape in this position are both E strings and the D string 2 frets above where the first fret is that you're starting at. Okay, so it's the octave. That's the root for this. In this case, these are A's. Okay, so let's try that all the way forward. 3 strings up, 1 back. Okay, now let's try that. Let's just for fun. Let's try it with the high-low. I can already tell it's difficult for me to do that because it goes against logic to me. But that's a good way to practice those scales. Now, with that high-low technique, it was easy to seamlessly integrate it into the next kind of pattern. So, for example, high-low here, high-low all the way back down. Okay, obviously I can do it regularly faster than I can the opposite direction. But let's see if there's a way to integrate this that was using low to high ascending and low to high descending. Okay, so I'm incorporating that same kind of technique there. Oops. Let's try it again. After I get to the top, 3 strings down, back to the previous. Okay, let's do the reverse. 3 strings forward, 1 string back. This is high low, high low, and then the other direction. We're going to start. That was the upstroke. We're going to start with the next string. So that again was next string, 3 up, back 1. It's really tough to do that. It's synchronized or looping it. If you prefer, you can just stay in one direction. And so on and so forth. Now, I just noticed this. Experiment with dynamics. Experiment with volume and the loudness and the softness of it. Paul Gilbert mentions that a lot. So you're going to pick. Maybe you can play it open. And the second time around, you kind of get quieter by dampening the strings a little bit with a palm mute. And you can also accent certain notes. So okay, so every string back in the first note, you can emphasize that back with a louder note, louder pick attack. So let's do it the other way. Now I can't really do it that fast. This is one you might recognize it going the opposite direction more so than the forward direction. So I'm kind of tripped up. I'd have to practice that more to get that a little more fluid. Paul Gilbert uses that in technical difficulties. There's a part in the song where he goes, it's just a big descending run like that. With distortion and everything, it sounds a lot better. Which brings me to another point. Notice on these last 3 lessons or so that I've not been using distortion at all. We want to use clean settings for this. That way we can't rely on distortion to cover up our mistakes. Okay, and as you can tell, I learned a lot from Paul Gilbert watching his videos and stuff, but he emphasizes that as well. Play on clean channels. And also, one thing that does is it kind of forces you to play a little harder. So I'm playing a little harder to hear it better. The volume's kind of low. That way when we play distorted, we can ease up. Because when you're going fast, you have to ease up and not play as hard. Okay, so I'm not very good at that, but that's just an idea of what that would be like. So that, like I said, this has many applications. That is a 3 forward, 1 back string, okay? 3 strings forward, 1 string back. Let's try that with notes. 3 notes forward, 1 note back. Now this is also called a scale sequence. So you can do sequences, I think they call it of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, sequences of 3s. But I'm going to consider that as 3 forward, 1 back. So let's do it with notes. 1, 2, 3. Then 1 note back and go up 3 again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we can reverse that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back. Back. I'm getting mixed up. hard to count that backwards, reverse. Notice again, I'm emphasizing certain notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3, back 2, 3, back 2, 3. And I'm always going back to the previous note that was right after 3, or right before 3. So 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3, back 2, 3, 3, back 2, 3, back 2, 3. Now this, as you keep going and practicing this, it becomes very easy to do. You'll notice how your fingers are having this like seesaw feel to them. And the ending, it's kind of weird because it doesn't have a certain timing. Usually, I think I'm hitting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So if I did 6, if I counted 6, did up 6 notes back, whatever, it's still the same pattern. But if I counted 6 instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I would hit that about every. After 6 notes, I would hit that on the 1. So going forward. Oh. Okay. So like I said, at the end, it's hard to kind of know what to do with that unless you go maybe to a previous note. Something like that. I don't know exactly how to end that, but that's the 3 notes forward, 1 note back. Once again, as I did on the previous video, we can do this with major scale. So I'm going to go back to my trusty first position, common, 3 note per string major scale. Now this is going to feel weird because now it's not all conveniently located in one area of the neck. Now we have to move and shift positions and things like that. And that becomes challenging. So if you're not good at the scale shape right now, then you need to practice it the normal way. Get used to where those positions shift, and then start applying other techniques like I've been showing you after you get used to that position. Okay, so let's try that with 3 strings forward, 1 string back. Okay, now let's go backwards. Now what's very difficult about this, not only that, but you got to really work on that down up picking, because about every other shift, the picking shifts. So we're beginning on an outside of the string, so in other words, the top of the string. Then we're going to go on the bottom of the next string, up, the upstroke. Now we're back to a downstroke and then upstroke. So every new pattern is going to shift the stroke of the pick. So down, 3, back, then back to 3, and then we're going to go down again. So it's going to shift. It's going to feel weird. Matter of fact, watch my hand here. Okay, so every time I shifted, I made an emphasis on that, and that was my accent. So 3 strings back. That should be an up. Down, up. That was lucky. That hardly ever happens. Now let's apply that with 3 notes. Now this is where I'm really going to have a hard time here. So 3 notes forward, 1 note back. Now, I've already messed up my picking. It's really important to concentrate on the picking direction here. Okay, up, down, up should be the last one. That is tough. That is really tough to do because, once again, the picking direction changes and it does not feel natural. Let's do that going backwards. It might be a little easier. Okay, that's a little easier. Now, there's one little shift that happens there. You have to slide down that first finger. And then you can stay in that position and stretch if you need to. Now, going forward, let's see if there's a position shift. Right there. Okay, so that's kind of almost, I would consider like a galloping motion. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it feels like to me. So practice that 3 forward, 1 back. See about any, try it with other scale shapes. Try it with, if you're trying to learn a new scale, try that. Maybe you can apply that to some kind of lick. I don't know. If nothing else, that's training your hands to know where those notes are. And that's how you memorize your scales. It really takes work, is to train your hands to know where those notes are. And once again, don't forget, play these in other keys. Play them in F sharp, all these other different shapes and everything we're going with. Try playing all these different shapes and this technique. I really believe it will help you. I would consider this kind of a beginner intermediate type of thing. But if you're that far along, then that's good. If you've been practicing the previous videos that I gave you, these other techniques, let me look at real quick what they're called. I've got them saved on my computer here. The lay and press technique, the low-high, high-low, backwards, forwards, technique. Then this one will be pretty easy if you're already good at those. Okay, so definitely if you had trouble with this one, go back to those two, and it'd be a whole lot easier for you. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Please like, subscribe, share this with other people. My contacts are drying out. I'm not winking at you or anything. But thanks so much, and I will see you guys later. And the pickup selection I had for this one was just all the way up on that one right there. That's basically the standard one I play anyway. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Let me know what you think in the comments about if you like these videos, and I'm really enjoying making them. It's been a while since I made them. It's nice to kind of take a step back for a while and then come back fresh and inspired to create more videos like this. It's a lot easier to get them done that way. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. God bless.